welcome to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, presented by Alloy Personal Training Rochester. I'm Brooke Allen. Thank you so much for being with us. Of course, we hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It is a beautiful, kind of snowy day here in Michigan, and we are live from the grand opening from Blue Hat Coffee Gallery right here in downtown Farmington. So we want to give a big caffeinated thanks to the businesses who are allowing us to stream on their Facebook pages, and there is quite a long list, and I'm so grateful for that. Of course, our presenting sponsor is Alloy Personal Training Rochester. Also, Artisan Bath and Skincare. Another one of our sponsors, Time Warp Vintage LLC. Of course, Jason not here today. He's not feeling well, so Jason, get better soon. Also, Skinny Teas, My Michigan TV, which is, of course, how you're seeing all of this right now. And our own Facebook page, Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Also, Jewish Senior Life and Visiting Angels Farmington Hills. And also, Spaulding for Children. They are streaming on their Facebook as well. And again, thank you to all of you for allowing us to expand our reach. Well, if you want to stay up to date on all the caffeine and all the conversations, please give us a follow at Facebook, Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Also on Instagram, you can find me at Brooke Allen Official. And of course, like us, like me, right? Follow us, share with your friends. We're brand new. And of course, if you have a topic you want to talk about, please head to our website. I know you know the name, caffeinatedconversationswithbrookeallen.com. We would love to hear from you. And of course, also very exciting, this happened last weekend. You can now find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And of course, coming up, we have a lot to talk about, so grab your cup of coffee and let's get started. We will dive deep into Michigan's adoption system on this National Adoption Month. Also, we sit down with one mom about the challenges, also the joys of adoption, and how a local organization is helping small businesses bounce back after the COVID-19 pandemic. We'll also tell you about a day coming up for caregivers. That is part of our Halfway to 100 segment. And you will also, if you are here live, you will see a piece of paper sitting in front of you. We would like you to answer the question, do you prefer to give your time or money to nonprofits, because tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, and why do you prefer one or the other? So we'd like to know that. Of course, we are here at Blue Hat Coffee Gallery in downtown Farmington. Philip Jewell, he is the co-founder of this, and you have allowed us, Philip, to be here these last couple of weeks. Of course, today is your grand opening, and it's so exciting. Yay!
Finally.
Finally, right?
Yeah.
This has been 4 years in the making for you, right?
Yeah, we started leasing the building in 2019.
Okay.
And took forever to do the contracting, because contracting after COVID was a major problem. And then we had a cement shortage. And then we had this shortage and that shortage. And we finally finished, and we were ready to open probably, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks ago, okay. And we finally have made it. And you have made it, and we are here for this, and I'm so excited, and again, I'm so grateful. And of course, you've got all the baked goods out. So, I mean, this is not just a coffee shop. There's a gallery part of it too. But tell me about all those pies you've been busy baking. Well, yeah, so I made 9 pies this weekend, 3 cherries, 3 apples, 3 eggnog, pumpkin pralines. And then our baker that started today is making croissants and muffins. And then we also have a couple cookies, and as we get going through the week and have more staff, we'll actually have more baked goods. Okay, so right now you are open. What are the hours? We're open Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 2. And we will be open on Saturday, December 2nd from 11 to 7 for Farmington holidays. Okay, and are you still looking for extra help? Yes, we're staffed for Monday through Friday. We want to staff Monday through Friday till 8:30, so we need a second shift of employees, and we also want to staff Saturday and Sunday. So we actually need 2 complete shifts of employees. Okay, and if people are interested, how do they do that? They can go to our website and they can download an application, or they can send an application to jobs@bluehatmail.com. Okay, perfect. Thank you. And again, I can't tell you how much we appreciate this being our first location. We are so excited. So again, thank you for welcoming us here and allowing us to invade your space for these last 3 weeks. We've really appreciated it. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here and hosting the show. And the coffee is fabulous, so come check it out, of course. Thank you, Philip. Thank you. So coming up, of course, November is National Adoption Month. And up next, we will be joined by a social worker and CEO of a local nonprofit
to talk about this alternative way to create a family, the challenges that you may be aware of, but also the joys that you may not be aware of. And we'll also talk to a mom who shares her story. I'll just give you a hint. She has adopted more than one child. It's pretty amazing. Again, we are live at Blue Hat Coffee and Gallery. It is their grand opening in downtown Farmington. We'll be right back.
When the temps drop and the snow starts falling, yeah, Traverse City is just warming up. Explore a snow globe of adventure, hit the slopes, hike through snow-covered forests, or get cozy with some local flavor. Plan your escape to winter's best-kept secret. This is TC. It's totally cool. It's Traverse City.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
It's also the area where we do the majority of our dumbbell, strength training. So, benches here, you're doing bench press, rows, etc. So.
And I guess we should also mention that it's always personalized and individualized
Exactly.
for everyone, right?
Exactly.
No matter their level of fitness.
Yeah, we have up to 6 people in here at a time, but everyone's doing different stuff, custom programs, all of that.
Awesome, thank you. And your motto, I love it.
Yeah.
Stronger together. Welcome back. We are so glad you are here with us at Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, of course, presented by Alloy Rochester. We are here at the grand opening of Blue Hat Coffee Gallery in downtown Farmington. It is such a beautiful location. Please come up and say hello to Philip, grab a coffee, grab one of those pies he's been making all weekend long. You can't beat it. If you are tuning in from home, thank you so much. Of course, we have a live audience here. Always so exciting to be able to interact with people and to see it. So thank you so much for all of this support that you've been giving the show. Of course, this is our 3rd episode, and we are so excited to be here. Of course, November is National Adoption Month, and Melissa Gendovi, President and CEO of Spaulding for Children, is with us. And Melissa, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning. And, so I guess we should start off by saying some statistics, right?
Yeah.
Because kids for adoption, foster kids, the total is pretty high.
It is. So when you think about where you live and the number of kids, there's right now, I just looked before we started, and there are 248 children who are waiting for adoption in Michigan. But that doesn't take into consideration that adoption is one component of the work that we do. There's also the everyday work that we do of kids who are in need of foster home placements and care when they are not able to be with their parents. And there's about over 10,000 children in the state of Michigan. So it's where you live. It is.
So let's talk about Spaulding for a minute, because you guys, you don't just place a child in foster care or you just don't let them be adopted. I mean, you guys are right there
We are.
Right, with the new parents, and you're in the whole process, and they can even come back and ask for help. So tell me a little bit of the history of Spaulding.
Yeah, so we have been around for a number of years. We're over in Southfield, Michigan. We've been around since 1968. We are one of the first agencies in Michigan, actually, that was focusing on adoption. And we were focusing on kids that, at the time, there was a term called children who were unadoptable. And we worked and still work to this day to make sure that that does not happen. So we started out at a small farmhouse in Chelsea, Michigan. There was a farmer who wanted to really help his community, and so he donated a lot of his life to our mission. And that's where we started, was actually at his farmhouse. So we really hold true to some of those things at our agency. If you come in and you look at even my office, there's things from the original sign or the original pen when they signed the initial documentation to start the agency. We have things from the farmhouse that are scattered around our agency. And there's really a sense of, we're a small agency. We are only in Southfield. And so it's really community based. We really strive to, like you said, you come into Spaulding and you become part of the Spaulding family. So I have been there since 2005. I've been doing foster care since 2006. It has been my life's work, and you know what we find is that people who come to us, they never leave. Probably this last week, I've had 3 young adults that I've worked with over the years that have called me this week looking for help, and I'm still there. I'm still there to be able to help the families when they need us. And so it is true that this can be difficult work, but when you come in, we are there to support you. We do ensure that we have staff that have good training, that they have the support they need to be able to help you and your family. We also have great parents who are there to support each other, because when we have that conversation about having your own kids and talking about it takes a village, it is so true. And so we ensure that our parents have the opportunity to get together and support each other. And then we also do events, like we have one coming up this Friday. It's specifically for our families. And so we do holiday celebrations. It's a time where the kids can get together, they get gifts, and we ask the community to help support us by either volunteering or helping to give gifts, because we like to make sure that the kids leave every time with a gift. So it's not about just coming in and learning about it. You really, truly become part of the family.
What is one thing you want people to know about these kids? I mean, it's horrible to think that, you know, a child would not be adoptable.
Right.
So what is the stigma or the misnomer that people have about adopting children?
It's a really good question, and I think it's something that people don't always talk about or recognize, that it is, I think the biggest misnomer that I like to talk about is the fact that this event that happens that brings kids into the system, that brings them into care and removes them from their parents, it's traumatizing for everyone. So things, yes, may have happened along the way that led to this, but we don't lose sight of the parent who lost their child. You know, their child is no longer with them, and it's difficult for the parents as well. And so some people have this conception that, you know, they want to maybe come in and save someone, but it's not about that. It's about adoption and fostering. It's about adding to the family. So it's about adding to your own family. It's also about supporting a family. So it might be that these kids are able to go home, and that's really where we want our kids to be. We want them to, the families to have the service and the support they need for the kids to go home. But if that doesn't happen, to remember that they're always connected. There's always this other family that they have that they need to maintain this connection with. And so it's not a bad thing, and it's not about saving, it's about supporting.
And I imagine there's a lot of grief involved in this.
There is.
Right? I mean, there's so much grief because the kids are displaced now, and especially if they get adopted, I would think that while they're happy to have that new family, there's the loss of their biological family.
Yes, there's a loss of identity. There's a lot of things that I see when people come back to us years later, and things that they deal with for the rest of their life. So it is a lifelong commitment. It's a lifelong challenge. But the more that you can create positive moments and memories and experiences for kids and families, the better off they're going to be, and the better able they are to heal from those experiences.
Okay, so how can people help you and help Spaulding for Children?
absolutely to come to our website, www.spaulding.org, but also to think about fostering, to read about it, to determine if this is something that you would be interested in. And we recognize it's not for everyone. That isn't, sometimes you just don't have that, you're not at that place in your life, and that's okay. There's great opportunity to volunteer with us. Like I mentioned, we have an event coming up on Friday, December 1st, where we go to a local church, and the church hosts all of us and our families. We decorate, we have fun, but it's great to have the help of the community to come in, and like I come every year. I bring my kids, my family helps, and so there's opportunities to volunteer for those types of events. We do that multiple times throughout the year. There's also the ability to, some people like the question you asked, time or money.
Right.
We accept both. Very grateful for any of those donations,
so people
because
can actually make a financial donation.
they can make a financial donation on our website. They can purchase from our wish list, because the holiday season is coming up, and what we do is we ask for community donors to purchase items for our kids for the holiday. I actually purchased items for one of our kids, and my family and I did that. My mom and I went shopping this weekend, and then I have to go after this to pick up a bike for one of the kids.
Nice.
So, you know, it's about helping ease that burden for families who are caring for the kids, and being able to help provide and give them a great holiday experience. So time and money are both things that we gratefully accept.
Okay, well, excellent. Thank you so much for joining us. And give me the website one more time.
Yes, www.spaulding.org, and it's SPAULDING, and our phone number is 248-443-0300.
Okay, thank you so much. And in just a moment, we're switching it out. This is live TV. We are going to talk to Elaine Taylor, who is a foster and adoptive mom. And Elaine, thank you so much for being here. Of course, we were talking off camera, and you have adopted not just one child, but how many?
10.
That is amazing.
Thank you.
I think you deserve a round of applause for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, did you start out as a, plus you have your own children, too?
Yes, I birthed 6 children.
Okay, so you have 6 children, plus
Yes.
you adopted 10.
Yes.
Okay, and they're all boys.
Well, I had 4 daughters
Okay.
and two sons.
Okay, but then the
And then all
adopted
boys.
are all boys.
All boys.
Okay, so how has this journey been for you?
It's been a pleasant journey. Unfortunately, my 2 sons were murdered, but I was fostering before that happened. So God just blessed me with 10 sons, and they kept me going. I thank God that I had them. They keep me moving. I'm still fostering now.
So you and Melissa have worked together.
Yes.
Actually, you were there before she was,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So 23 years now you've been with Spaulding
I've
for
been
Children?
23 years.
Okay, so can you kind of talk about the support that they've offered you throughout these years?
Well, when I first came to Spaulding, I was amazed, like you were, about the children that's in care. So they had an open house. I came and I said, okay, I'll foster. Don't want to adopt. From my mouth to God's ear. So it changed it. So the support that we give, I am also an advocate for Spaulding. So we get a lot of support for our families. We're always there to answer questions. The workers are there to support not only the children, but the parents as well, because
And how
we need
important,
support.
yeah, how important is that
That's
for the parents?
very important. I mean, our workers come in and we need self-care. When you're caring for somebody else, you need to care for yourself. So our workers are there to always answer questions. If we need something, they go out, they find out where it's at, and they do a lot of troubleshooting for us. So that's a good thing. I like Spaulding for the family atmosphere. We're a close family there, so I love it.
And for 23 years you've been there. So,
Right.
so your youngest child, you said is
Adopted son.
is 20, right? And when you look back on this journey, I mean, what do you think? Wow, or what do you? I
Well,
mean,
you
what
know
is your
what?
reaction?
I couldn't believe it at first. You know, thank God the kids asked me to adopt them, and I was happy to do so because they had been in the home, and you know, I don't want them to think nobody loves them, you know. So it just kept growing. I said, my God, when is it gonna stop?
I'm coming to your house for Christmas.
It's always it's a lot. It's a lot.
So if you had one thing to say to parents who may be thinking about fostering or even adopting a child, what would you want them to know from all of your experience?
It's not an easy job because it's a lot of trauma but it's very rewarding. I have done nothing on this earth that was better than this. This is what I was meant to do, and I love children. My mom, I came from a family of 13.
Oh, okay.
So our house was always busy.
See, I'm an only child. I could not deal with that. I would be, what is happening?
Right, so it's very difficult, but the support is there. You first got to know that they come not on their own, that this has happened to them. So, but you nurture them. You nurture them, you show them that it's a better way, you love them, and then, you know, you got some bumps in the road.
Right.
But I look at it like a diamond. Peel it away, it's a diamond in that child somewhere. You can get to it, it'll take a little while.
And a lot of love, right?
A lot of love.
A lot of love. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us and telling us your story and 10 adopted sons.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You're still fostering.
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, you know what? Happy holidays. And,
Thank you so much.
can you give me the Spaulding website one more time?
Well, I'm
we
not
know
good
it?
at it. I just know I do everything else.
No,
but I
that's
don't
okay. All right, well, we'll flash that back on the screen. Yep, there it is, spaulding.org. Thank you again so much for joining us. I appreciate it, and I wish you and your family a very happy holiday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And of course, coming up, oh, see, you're getting some more applause, because, right? They have been named one of the state's new support small business hubs. Up next on our Great Lakes Made segment, how Techtown is helping independently owned companies bounce back after the pandemic. Of course, we are bouncing back still. Plus, we are joined by a small business owner on what their support has meant to her. They will be our guests when we come back on Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen right after this.
A fresh start lets you refocus, helping you live in the moment, where you can take the lead or take a bow, basking in the glitz and the glow of winter. Because when the snow begins to fall, you feel the excitement rise. Set your sights on a winter wonderland as Fresh finds new ways forward in Pure, Michigan.
Traverse City, where falling flakes give rise to wintry pursuits, like a daring descent down a black diamond run, or riding the rails at a local terrain park, a silent glide across glistening snow, or making first tracks in a remote pine forest. Then relaxing, at last, with a warm cup and good company as the fire crackles and the flakes keep falling. In Traverse City, life is better when you're in a pretty great place. Visit traversecity.com.
Well, welcome back. Of course, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, the holidays are here, and at our sponsor, Time Warp Vintage in St. Clair Shores, you will find 5,000 square feet of amazing items from toys, sports memorabilia, gorgeous jewelry, also vintage clothes, so much more. Shopping at Time Warp Vintage is an absolute experience. It's not just shopping, it is an experience, trust me. The store is amazing with items ranging from the 1950s to the 2000s. Yes, 2000s vintage, can you believe it? Two locations, one in St. Clair Shores, the other in Las Vegas, so you can pick your battle. Do you want warm or do you want a little bit of a snow today? But really, go to Time Warp Vintage. They are amazing. You can learn everything at timewarp-vintage.com. Well, welcome back to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. I'm Brooke Allen. Thank you for joining us. Of course, we are broadcasting live at the beautiful Blue Hat Coffee Gallery in downtown Farmington. They are officially open today. We're so happy to be here. But please come in, say hello to Philip and his crew. They've got lots of pies. Of course, Ned and I were just talking about the pies, and of course, wonderful coffee. So welcome. This is our Great Lakes Made segment, and Techtown Detroit is one of just over 24 small business support hubs designated across the state by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation to help small businesses impacted by the pandemic. And of course, it seems like we're out of it, but for businesses, not so much, right?
Always a new challenge when you're a business owner, you know. Thanks for having me here at Blue Hat. It is absolutely gorgeous. Everybody should come down and check it out. Those pies look amazing.
They are amazing. I know you say calories start counting again today, but you really got to try it out.
Okay, maybe I'll grab one to go.
Okay. So I guess I should introduce him. This is Ned Staebler. He is the president and CEO of Techtown Detroit, and thank you so much for joining us. So tell us about Techtown for people who don't know what it is.
Absolutely. So Techtown Detroit is a business support organization. We've been around almost 20 years. Next year is our 20th anniversary. We've helped over 5,000 businesses to start and most importantly, to grow and be successful, because we don't want to just start businesses. We also want to make sure we start successful businesses. We don't need more entrepreneurs. We need more successful entrepreneurs. Over that time, they've raised over $400 million and created thousands of new jobs right here in Metro Detroit.
Okay, so of course the pandemic, businesses still, you know, I mean, we lost so many small businesses during that time, but you guys are really boosting these small businesses in the area.
We did. You know, it was a really hard time for everyone. Obviously, you know, medically it was, and I don't want to, you know, get into that, but from a small business perspective, really challenging. But and it continues. You know, we have so many more people working from home. You know, office space is demand is soft, and as a result, there aren't as many workers going out for lunch or stopping by the store on their way home from work because they're already home. Right. They're using Amazon and things like that. So it's really tough, which is where organizations like ours come in. We offer a full suite of services, basically for free to anybody. So you hear Techtown and you think, oh, you're going to do tech startups. Right. And we do, absolutely. If you've got a mobile app or a medical device, come see us. But also, if you're opening up a gorgeous coffee shop like this, or a restaurant or a barber shop, we're here to help you too.
So it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter, because we learned about a decade ago that an entrepreneur who is trying to develop a new mobile app goes through the exact same process as someone who's trying to open a bakery. You got to go and do what we call customer discovery. What problem are you solving? You got to get some initial products out there, a minimum viable product if you are in the tech world, and get it in your hands of your customers. And it doesn't matter, does this mobile app have the right features? Does my brownie taste good? Do you want chocolate brownies? Do you want blondies? Do you want them delivered? Do you want them on a subscription service? It's all the same questions you'd ask if you're developing a software product.
Okay, so for anybody out there who is starting a business or maybe struggling with their business right now, they can come to you and you guys can kind of point them in the right direction?
TechtownDetroit.org, that's our website. Come in and get what we call a strategy session. You get hands-on time for free with one of our consultants who's not just going to say, go take a class or read a book. They're going to spend months with you to diagnose your problems, create a milestone plan of action, and then help you through the process of solving your problems and enacting your growth plan.
So from Techtown Detroit standpoint and your standpoint, what is your favorite part of this?
Oh, my favorite part. My favorite part is going into the businesses of the entrepreneurs that we serve, because at this point there are hundreds of them all over Metro Detroit that you can go in and you know the entrepreneur. Sometimes you know the struggles they went through, because being an entrepreneur is not easy. And to see them now, you know, breaking cycles of intergenerational poverty, of generating equitable community wealth, creating amenities and jobs and opportunity in our neighborhoods. Super cool. That's the best part.
So it's kind of funny because it's like, oh, look, there's a bunch of little children, right? I mean, but it's businesses.
I get asked all the time, which is your favorite client? And I'm like, which one is your favorite child?
Right.
You don't answer that question
no,
at all.
Definitely not.
But we all have them.
Do we? I don't know. Well, thank you so much. So people, give me the website one more time so people can figure this out.
TechtownDetroit.org.
Okay, and you guys are open and they make an appointment and it's easy.
You can sign up right on our website. We're open 24/7 to help entrepreneurs all over Metro Detroit.
All right, thank you so much. Again,
you.
we've been joined by Ned Staebler. He's the president and CEO of Techtown Detroit. And coming up in just about 10 seconds, we're going to talk to Lisa Borum, owner of Yarn Nerds in Detroit, who, of course, Techtown helped tremendously. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So you, first of all, tell me the name of your company.
My company is Yarn Nerds, and we are a yarn shop, a yarn brand that sells hand-dyed yarns and accessories.
Okay, and how long have you been in business?
About a year and a half.
Oh, okay,
yes,
so you're pretty new, right?
Yes, yes.
Pretty new, and Techtown Detroit had a lot to do with this, right?
They had everything, I feel, to do with it, because it was a few years ago I started another business, and I was in contact with Techtown, and I call her my coach. She has been with me since the first day I came to Techtown, and she has helped me through everything. She started me off with the sessions that are free, and she would always write me a plan. For this year, this is what I want you to do. And these milestones I would get over, and then we'll talk again, and she'll help me through the next steps. I am just so grateful to have them, because as a new business, it's hard. It's hard because a lot of people don't want to tell you how to do it. Right. You know, you don't get the information, but they are there giving it for free.
That's
they
amazing.
Are walking with you, not only just say, here it is, go ahead. They are following up.
Paper,
right.
Here's your plan, see ya.
Yeah, they're following up. They're making sure that you are on the right track.
Okay, so when you started Yarn Nerd, what was your #1 question that you had that you just needed answered desperately?
Well, I would just say it wasn't necessarily a question, it was just a fear.
Okay.
So I needed to have that confidence that I can do it too. You see other businesses popping up, you know, all over the city, and you wonder, you know, can I do that too? I guess that is the question, huh? Can I do that?
Right,
you know,
right.
And they were there to, you know, encourage and say, yes, you can. You're ready.
Right.
Why not you?
So how did you end up finding Techtown Detroit?
Oh, I saw it on somebody's Facebook page.
Really?
And they were doing free pop-ups.
Okay.
So I said, why not try this pop-up? And that's how I got in contact with them. They offer free pop-ups. You know, many people don't.
Right,
yeah.
right. You know, there's kind of that whole issue of scarcity.
Yeah.
Right, how you mentioned, well, you know, some business owners don't want to help you.
Right.
Even if it's a different business.
Right.
It doesn't matter. There's kind of that, well, there's no room for them.
Yes.
But you disagree with that.
I totally disagree. And now, because of them, I am willing, when people come into the shop, I'm willing to tell them, hey, did you try Techtown Detroit? Because they help me. I know they'll help you. I want to feel like, oh, yes, I'm so special. You know, in my own eyes, I'm special. But to them, they are not turning anyone away.
That is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I have to ask you, what's in your hand?
So this is my hand-dyed yarn.
Ooh, it's
hand-dyed by me,
Okay.
yes. So I sell these, and also my book, my yarn stash.
All
For
right.
those knitters, crocheters, people who like to weave, you can log your yarn into this book.
What if you don't know how to do any of that?
Well, we have
teach?
classes. Yes, we do. We have classes. I teach how to knit and how to crochet.
All right, that
Yes.
is, oh, you know what? I used to crochet when I was a little girl with my grandmother.
So you already know how.
No, it's been a long time.
Touch-up. We'll do a
Yeah,
touch-up
okay,
class.
Awesome. So where can people find information about your classes?
Yes, so yarnnerds.com is the website, and I am located right now in the Fisher Building in Detroit, where Techtown has offered a space for us to pop up for a long-term pop-up. I'll be there till January. We're open Tuesdays through Saturdays, 12 to 6 p.m.
Can you knit me a sweater?
Oh, yes, I can. I'm wearing a sweater I knit, yes.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, listen, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Thank you so
All
much,
right,
Brooke.
Thank you. And of course, after the break, we will have our Halfway to 100 segment, Caregiver Burnout. We've been talking about it. We talked about it last week. We're talking about it again today. But if you're struggling with it, there's actually an event going on this weekend for the caregiver. So we'll tell you about that. Of course, we are live at Blue Hat Coffee Gallery, downtown Farmington. It is their grand opening today. Come down and check it out.
Welcome to Michigan Fun, the show where we check out the state's top festivals and events.
Join host Mike Sukent as he talks with guests from all across Michigan.
How are you doing, Mike? How's everybody in Fair Festival land out there.
Get the inside scoop on what's happening at festivals and events across the state.
A lot of concerts and free family fun, you name it, and we have it.
Your secret's safe with us. I thought mermaids were fictitious beings.
We got everything at Pirate Festival.
I mean, this is countdown.
Countdown only a couple of weeks away.
You guys busy there in Grand Haven?
Yeah, just a little bit. We're hoping the weather is holding. We've called Mother Nature. I don't know if I could do much, but Mother Nature and I, we have an understanding.
I mean, people are coming to these events and these fairs and these festivals. They just want to have a good time.
It is one of those events that is so much fun.
That will be a lot of fun.
And welcome back. Of course, we have sponsors scattered across the state. One of those is Great Harvest Bread Company in Okemos. There you can find fresh baked bread like honey whole wheat, my favorite, sourdough. And of course, for the holidays, you want to try the white chocolate cherry swirl or even banana bread or snickerdoodle. And you can even give the gift of bread this holiday season, no calories included, with a gift basket or a gift card. Again, you do want to check them out. That is Great Harvest Bread Company in Okemos. Well, welcome back to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, presented by Alloy Rochester. Of course, thank you so much for joining us, whether you're here for our live broadcast at Blue Hat Coffee in downtown Farmington. It is their grand opening. I am seriously so excited. We've been here for the last 2 weeks as a pop-up. Today is their grand opening, and their coffee and their pies are amazing, so you really want to come down and check them out and say hello to Philip and his wife. If you're watching on our live stream or listening to our podcast, you can catch it all, of course, on Apple and Spotify, and thank you so much for being here with us on our third episode. I'm pretty proud of that. Well, it is our halfway to 100 segment. Burnout is all too common and a problem for caregivers. And Gesher Human Services and Jewish Senior Life, well, they are teaming up for a free program. It's happening this weekend to give caregivers a much needed break while also looking after their loved ones. And of course, Debi Banooni is here. She is the director of the Brown program. Debi, thank you so much for coming here. And
thank you.
Tell us what is happening this weekend.
So this weekend, we provide a day program for people who are living with dementia, and we know that caregivers often find themselves with more health issues because of the energy it takes to care for others and not recognizing their own needs. And so twice a year, we do a day off for caregivers. It is graciously funded by the Dee Dee and Michael Perlman Caregivers Fund, and that way we're able to bring people in at no charge. Anyone who's caring for a loved one with dementia can register, have their loved one come to our Brown program with our trained staff for a full day of activities, and they get to attend in a different location, a day off for them. We have massage specialists, we have a master gardener helping them do planting, we do yoga, we do music therapy, and we have conversations about what it is to be a caregiver and the social supports that we can offer together. It's really a beautiful experience.
And it's much needed.
It's much needed.
So, okay, so you still have spots available. This is happening Saturday or Sunday?
This is happening Sunday, December 3rd.
Okay, so people do need to register, but the whole idea, I know we've spoken in the past, and I know it's kind of been, well, no, we're not full, because people seem to hesitate when it comes to taking care of themselves when they're a caregiver.
Absolutely. It's always something that's put on the back burner until it can't anymore. As a caregiver, you're so focused on making sure that your loved one gets the care that they need, that they get the doctor's appointments that they need, that they get the downtime that they need, that it's really hard for caregivers to find the time for themselves to do that, which is why it's so important that we provide respite for them. We're taking care of their loved ones. They know that our staff are fully trained. We have music specialists come in. We have lunch served. We do art. We do yoga with their loved ones, and that way they know that their completely occupied, engaged, having a wonderful time while they're taking care of themselves.
Okay, so how do people register for this?
So in order to register, we ask everyone to call one of our social workers. Her name is Sherilyn Rowe, and she can be reached at 248-592-5032. And that way we can talk and make sure that we know who's coming to us and how we can best take care of them. And then they are registered for the program.
And I can imagine too that there's so many activities going on that other caregivers meet other caregivers, right?
Absolutely.
And it's kind of having conversation and just like, oh yeah, I do that too, or I deal with that.
So it's really wonderful. We try to do this twice a year, and our last one was in May. And we had a group of caregivers that met each other at that event. And the majority of them do have loved ones that attend our program regularly during the week. They got together, they had t-shirts printed up, they periodically meet for lunch. It was just really a support that was needed for them. Somebody who, even though everyone's situation is different, knows where they are in their life and what they're doing. It was beautiful.
That is so amazing.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much for showing up. Again, you are one of the people that I have talked to on the phone for years. And so when you walked in, I'm like, hi, and you're like, hi.
Absolutely.
So again, thank you so much for joining us. This is such an important program that you guys do. I know it's happened in May, it's happening this Sunday, and registration is still open.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much. Again, we've been speaking to Debi Banooni, Director of the Brown Program. And of course, coming up, if you didn't know it, today is Cyber Monday, but tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. And with thousands and thousands of nonprofits out there, how do you decide where to give your time or money? Well, coming up, we'll be speaking to Janette Philips from Share Detroit. Of course, we are broadcasting live at the Blue Hat Coffee Gallery in downtown Farmington. Come and grab a cup of coffee. We'll be right back.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. On your TV, on your phone, on the web. All Michigan streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
Traverse City, where falling flakes give rise to wintry pursuits, like a daring descent down a black diamond run, or riding the rails at a local terrain park, a silent glide across glistening snow, or making first tracks in a remote pine forest. Then relaxing, at last, with a warm cup and good company as the fire crackles and the flakes keep falling. In Traverse City, life is better when you're in a pretty great place. Visit traversecity.com.
A fresh start lets you refocus, helping you live in the moment, where you can take the lead or take a bow, basking in the glitz and the glow of winter. Because when the snow begins to fall, you feel the excitement rise. Set your sights on a winter wonderland as Fresh finds new ways forward in pure Michigan.
I'm feeling good.
Welcome back to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. You are joining us live from the grand opening of Blue Hat Coffee Gallery in downtown Farmington. Again, come say hi, grab a piece of pie, grab a latte or a chai latte, whatever you want. They have it all here. We are in downtown Farmington. And of course, today is Cyber Monday, but tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. And Janette Philips is the Executive Director of Share Detroit, and she is here with me. Janette, thank you so much for coming here. It's so important tomorrow, Giving Tuesday.
It sure is. Thank you, Brooke, for having me.
And And I guess Share Detroit, tell me what that is for people who don't know.
So Share Detroit is a website, sharedetroit.org, and we began about 3 years ago bringing nonprofits together onto one website to make it easy for people to find ways to do good. So we have 4 pillars. One is donate money, the other one is volunteering, shop wish lists, or attend events. So if anyone in the community wants to figure out a way to do good, they want to help animals or foster families like the group that you had earlier, Spaulding is on Share Detroit. They can come to one place and find a way to do good easily. You don't have to just Google, I want a tutor. You can come to Share Detroit and search for tutoring volunteer opportunities or supporting wish lists for foster children.
You know, I think it's so interesting that you have the 4 pillars. And we did actually ask our audience the question, and we'll get to that in a minute, as far as, you know, would you rather give your time or your money, right? And so Share Detroit kind of lists that out from either if you're shopping for the wish list, like you just mentioned,
right,
or volunteer opportunities.
Right.
And that's so important because right now it seems like people don't have much time. So to break that down for them is super important because there's so many people, especially in this area, that love to give back.
Right, exactly. And what we also find is that through the volunteer pillar, people, I know Detroit is very generous. Southeast Michigan is really a generous area. And they want to give back. Sometimes money is tight, they're not sure they can donate, or they think, oh, $10 isn't enough to help. But it is, so if you have $10, feel free to give it. But people want to give back of their time. So volunteering is really an interesting way for a community member to get to know the nonprofit and dig in and really support them. And then, you know, what happens is the money flows later. They support in other ways. Maybe they help with a fundraiser. Maybe they then donate money. But to me, the volunteer pillar is really strong. And one thing to know about Giving Tuesday, Share Detroit is like the official Giving Tuesday organization for Southeast Michigan. And the Giving Tuesday organization is now a worldwide movement, but it's not just about giving money. Money is really important to the nonprofits, but they want community members to go out and do good, however they want to give, however they want to do it.
So it seems too what's important is interacting with the community.
Yes, and creating moments. So, for example, there are on our website, sharedetroit.org, if you scroll towards the bottom of the homepage, there'll be a box that says holiday drives, but you'll find ways to support various nonprofits who have toy drives, food, they need warm coats, new or gently used. An organization called COTS is having an event tomorrow at the Detroit PAL, another nonprofit, Detroit PAL's Rec Center in Detroit, collecting diapers and toiletry items and things for their homeless families. So there's a lot of ways to give back, and there are events happening tomorrow on Giving Tuesday. People can come down and just bring a package of diapers and kind of get the feel for that nonprofit.
See the nonprofit, right?
Exactly.
See them in action and
right,
kind of
and
say,
meet them.
Okay.
Right.
And I think it's interesting too because, you know, so many people love animals. And I mean, from animals to kids to, I mean, the list goes on and on. So whatever your passion is, there's a place to help.
Exactly. And so Share Detroit makes it easy for people to do good, is what we say.
Right.
Or we have a new tagline, the place you go to give. So however you want to give, Share Detroit is the place you can go to give in whatever way makes sense for you.
And you guys break it all down and you make it even easier.
We try. We have a cause. We have like 200 causes. So if people care about children with autism, if people care about children with disabilities, if they really care about seniors or veterans or animals, specifically cats or dogs, pretty much any filter you might want to find is there. And one last thing, the other piece of Share Detroit that's interesting is that if you need help, if you have a friend maybe who was recently diagnosed with breast cancer and you're like, oh my gosh, what do we do to help her? You can go to Share Detroit to do research and learn more about the nonprofits who are supporting women and their families that maybe have been recently diagnosed with breast cancer or another type of cancer, or someone finds, they're going to get kicked out of their apartment.
Right.
There are places to, homeless services type things.
Right.
So it's also a really good research tool for community members.
Okay, so we ask our live audience here, would you rather donate your time or money to nonprofits, and why? So the first response is both. As a parent, I love to bring my kids along the journey. And that's important to say because at Share Detroit, there are family opportunities to volunteer as well.
Yes, so if you go to the volunteer pillar, I'll just put in a little plug, we have a little filter that says suitable for kids. And when you click suitable for kids, it'll break up 5 years old to 13 and then 13 to 17.
That's awesome.
So if you have little ones who want to give back, maybe a little brownie troop or whatever, you can click that filter. If you have high school kids who need community service hours for high school, for college applications and things, there are other kind of more sophisticated opportunities there for them.
Okay, so whoever wrote this, there's opportunities. Also, this person says time. It gives an opportunity to engage with others in a more rewarding manner rather than giving money.
Right, exactly, beautiful. And you volunteer, you meet new people, you hopefully dig in and keep giving back.
Right, and maybe make a connection.
Right, exactly.
So this other person says, I would rather donate time because I get more pride helping out people rather than financially.
Yep, there it is.
So,
and again, I think for the nonprofits, what we always encourage them to do is add volunteer opportunities to the website. They always need volunteers, but sometimes they get so caught up in the day-to-day, they forget to step back and say, okay, what do I need? How can I help? Some people are really good at website creation, social media, writing grants. If you're a good writer, maybe you can help somebody write a grant. They can be remote work and obviously tactile, kind of go and help feed the dogs and groom them. But there are so many ways to help a nonprofit.
So this last one says, I would rather give money because I have no time.
There you go. We'll take it, right?
Yeah, right? We'll take it. So Janette Philips, thank you so much for joining us the day before Giving Tuesday. What are those? I'm just curious.
I forgot. We have little Giving Tuesday pins, so I brought a few for you and your team.
Thank you. We appreciate
Please wear
that.
it tomorrow.
All right, we will.
Talk to people about it.
Of course. So give me the website one more time.
ShareDetroit.org, O-R-G.
And it's not just for Giving Tuesday.
All
this
year,
is year-round, right?
Yep, and really the kickoff to the holiday season of giving, I'll just say about 30% of a nonprofit's cash funding comes at the end of the year. So we think of Giving Tuesday as the kickoff to holiday giving. So use Share Detroit throughout the holidays to figure out how to give back. Maybe instead of giving a gift, donate $25 to a nonprofit and tell your friend, I donated $25 to I Heart Dogs, right? If they're a pet level lover. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Very
of
much.
course, coming up, actually next week, a new month, a new location, and also a new nonprofit. We will take a look ahead at what's next for Caffeinated Conversations, plus some very special thank yous coming up as well. We'll be right back.
A message from Detroit to everybody. The adventurers, the explorers, the nomads, and the foodies, the art enthusiasts, and the music lovers. When you're ready to come, Detroit is ready to go. From shopping and museums to restaurants, parks, and more, Motown has way too much to do in just a single day. When the time is right, all this is waiting for you in Detroit. Begin planning your next trip at visitdetroit.com.
The heart of winter. It beats inside you. It's that thing urging you outside when the forecast calls for snow. Some were born with it. For others, it was carved with care. But for all who take winter to heart, it's time. Feel the rhythm of the season and pursue your Pure in Pure, Michigan.
And welcome back. Before we wrap up, we are so proud that Alloy Personal Training Rochester is our presenting sponsor. Their motto, Stronger Together, speaks for itself. Trent is the director of training and will design the best training plan that fits perfectly with your personal goals, whether it's to get stronger, get more flexible, or to lose weight. At Alloy Personal Training Rochester, they will not only help you achieve your fitness goals, but even your middle schooler or your high school students. So it can be a family affair. The Alloy Rochester Club, located in the City Life Plaza on the southeast corner of Tinkin and Rochester Road, and you can find all of their information that you need at alloypersonaltraining.com and type in Rochester, Michigan. Well, we do want to say many things, a lot of things, so many things to Dave Scott and his team over at My Michigan TV. Of course, it is a new, unique free streaming TV network and about all things Michigan, which of course we love it so much. To watch free, you just want to add the app to your smartphone or smart TV. It's easy to add. Just search My Michigan TV in the app stores. And of course, I have so many thank yous. You know, Philip and his wife here at Blue Hat Coffee, they have allowed us to do the pop-ups for the last 2 episodes. This 3rd episode, of course, we are live. They are live. It is their grand opening today. So please come in and support them. They are right in downtown Farmington. And of course, I'd like to say thank you to my executive producer, Christina McDaniel. She is actually hitting the road with me full time, so that's exciting. And of course, my family, my mom, Papa James, Papa Tim, everyone, and of course, all of our friends. Murray Feldman was just here, Sandra McNeil, Greg Bowman, all of them are here to support us. So it's just so amazing, all the support that this show has gotten in just the 3 weeks that we've been on. So thank you again. Of course, we want to give another big caffeinated thanks to the businesses who have allowed us to stream on their Facebook pages. Of course, our presenting sponsor, which is Alloy Personal Training Rochester, Time War Vintage LLC, My Michigan TV, Skinny Teas, Artisan Bath and Skincare, and my own Facebook page, Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Also, Visiting Angels in Farmington Hills and Jewish Senior Life. Again, thank you to all of you for allowing us, and of course Spaulding for Children as well, allowing us to stream live on their Facebook page. Well, to keep the conversation going anytime with coffee in hand, of course, you want to give us a follow on Facebook, Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. You can also find us on Instagram at Brooke Allen Official, and head to caffeinatedconversations.com. You can reach out to us there if you have a topic you want to talk about, or even if you have a coffee recipe, you can share that there as well. And you can find us on Apple and Spotify. And of course, follow, like, share with your friends, leave us comments. Any engagement, of course, helps us as we are a new show. So coming up next week on Caffeinated Conversations, we are on the road. We are hitting the road to a new coffee shop in a new city, and I am so excited because we will also be announcing our Caffeinated Kindness Act for December, and we'll also be talking again about Michigan's foster care system, but at just a little bit of a different angle there. So again, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. This is our 3rd episode. I am so proud of it. We have been broadcasting live from Blue Hat Coffee Gallery in Farmington. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.